I am a combat veteran. I have fought for my country in the Balkans as well as the Middle East. I was told that the point of fighting over there was to preserve what was most precious over here, our rights and the American people. Much to my surprise, I came from an environment where we demanded that we don't leave Americans behind enemy lines, and yet, back at home, we leave them behind enemy lines of medical bankruptcy, extreme poverty, food and housing insecurity. And I often wonder, what is it I was preserving? I see Fortune 500 companies proudly proclaim their American patriotism as they gut the American working class, firing Americans in droves as they ship their jobs across country lines in order to maximize shareholder remuneration at the expense of the American electorate. My first job out of the Army was at a factory called Bartlett. They made car interior. They later held a factory-wide meeting to address rumors that they were going to close up shop and send manufacturing to Mexico. They told us to our faces how much they valued us and that this would never happen, even as the ink wasn't quite dry where they signed to have this exact thing happen. They lied to our faces, fired dozens of employees, all while claiming their patriotism. They are disgusting. Corporate America in its current form is disgusting. We find ourselves now in a place where low-skilled workers are paid poverty wages, and we're told that if we raise their wages, then those businesses will just automate. Meaning the businesses already are going to automate the second it makes them more money. Because it was never about helping people. It was never about being proud and patriotic Americans. It was always about robbing money from starving and desperate people, undervaluing their labor, and giving it to the least deserving. Corporate America is now run like the sheriff of Nottingham governed his lands. I say, if these jobs are so meaningless, let's automate and be done with them. Hell, many of these jobs are fast food, which we're told are for teenagers to get their first job, and yet I see at almost every single fast food restaurant middle-aged and elderly workers who are suffering a life of nihilism and despair as they desperately try to keep their heads above the drowning waters of poverty. I am not an anti-capitalist. I think many of them are stupid and naive. I, like Nick Hanauer, see the benefit of putting more money in the pockets of American workers so they can go and consume goods and services on the economy. There's literally no better government stimulus than paying people for their labor to levels where they are not food and housing insecure while also having disposable income to play with on the economy. If we don't, then what we find are a bunch of scared and desperate people who riot in Minnesota, who assault our nation's capital like on January 6th. This desperation could be quelled by giving people the ability to find value in their lives through proper and patriotic remuneration. If there is a job in America that requires you to starve in order to do it, then we need to get rid of those jobs if the wages aren't going to increase. It literally is threatening this beautiful union of the states. Here in America, we have the tech startup of America, or here in Utah, rather, we have the tech startup of America. We are also the second driest state in the nation. We know that data storage warehouses take up an incredible amount of valuable water resources. So why aren't we seeing politicians creating moonshots to futuristic jobs that could address these issues. Graphene is an amazing two-dimensional material that is a superconductor, something that could be used to help send electricity across vast spaces in our country while little bleed off and loss. Graphene can also be used to create a membrane that can be used to passively desalinate water. We hear of scientific ideas like terraforming Mars. Hell, we have vast deserts on our planet. Why don't we start terraforming Earth? Utah is expected to double in population by 2050. We don't have those resources to go around. So let's use our American exceptionalism to create those resources. Graphene would also be what would likely allow us to build an elevator to space. We have access to the most brilliant minds on the planet. Maybe we should be investing in hearing those minds out and exploring how we can use what makes America so great to benefit our beautiful and God-blessed country while also paving the way as the world leader we are into the future. It is time we helped people move beyond their nihilistic hellscape poverty-ridden existence. It is time we help people find value and meaning in their employment that doesn't extract more than it gives. We can do it. We have the intellectual capital. We are brave enough to face down the corporate vampires that just want to parasite off Americans while extracting and giving back nothing. But, brave enough or not, are we going to do it? Capitalism is a beautiful system that vastly rewards people who are willing to sacrifice and risk everything to provide a better good or service to society. How about we marry up that beautiful system with some Christ-like value, where we treat our neighbors, our proletariat, as if they were valuable and love them as ourselves? Isn't that what Jesus demands? Is that any less of what we demand of ourselves as we stand up in school every morning and recite the Pledge of Allegiance? It is time to show the world that America is better than the trickle-down garbage economic theory. It is time to show the world just how serious we are about following the words of Christ and lead people into an existence of meaning and brotherly, sisterly love. Is there any more honorable way to live? If we are all created in the image of God, and I help add value and meaning to others, wouldn't that make God happy with my actions? Wouldn't that then allow blessings to rain down on me and those who help make this a reality?